When a man is genuinely interested in a woman, he often looks for qualities that go far beyond beauty, charm, or even how much fun you have together. Deep down, he's searching for signs that you can handle life's inevitable storms with grace and composure. This is why emotional stability becomes such an important factor, even if he never says it out loud. He wants to know how you will respond when things don't go your way, when plans change suddenly, or when conflict appears out of nowhere. It's not about you never getting upset or always agreeing with him, but about how you channel those emotions when they do arise. In these moments, he's not looking for perfection, he's looking for self-awareness. He wants to see whether you can manage your emotions instead of letting them dictate your behavior. That ability alone is what makes him feel safe building something with you. Sometimes these moments of testing come in the smallest, most unexpected forms. He may cancel a date at the last minute to see how you react. He may share an opinion that he knows you might not fully agree with. He may even take a little longer than usual to respond to a message. These situations aren't always deliberate games. Sometimes they're natural parts of life, but they still reveal so much about who you are emotionally. If you respond with anger, passive-aggressive comments, or dramatic withdrawal, it communicates that you might struggle under pressure. But if you respond with calmness, clarity, and an openness to understanding the situation, you demonstrate that you can keep your balance when things aren't perfect. That calm energy tells him you are someone who can stand steady no matter what comes. Men value emotional safety more than they often admit. For them, emotional safety means knowing they can be themselves without triggering constant conflict or unnecessary drama. It means they can share their thoughts, even difficult ones, without fearing that it will spiral into a major fight. Imagine he's had a long, exhausting day and his tone is a little short when he speaks to you. If your first reaction is to take it personally and fire back with frustration, the situation quickly escalates. But if you pause and consider that his mood might be about stress rather than you, your response becomes more compassionate and less reactive. This doesn't mean accepting bad treatment. It means understanding the difference between a bad moment and bad character. That awareness is a hallmark of emotional stability. The challenge is that many women confuse emotional stability with tolerating bad behavior. They think staying calm means staying silent in the face of disrespect. But that's not the case at all. Emotional stability is not about ignoring problems. It's about addressing them with clarity and control rather than with chaos. A man who is serious about you is not testing to see how much poor treatment you'll accept. He's looking for signs that you can handle real-life conflicts with maturity. He's watching to see if you can listen without interrupting, speak without attacking, and disagree without making the other person feel unsafe. This is what gives him confidence that you're someone who can be a true partner, not just in the easy times, but in the moments that test the strength of the bond. From his perspective, life together will inevitably bring financial challenges, family issues, or even health scares. He knows there will be days when the weight of the world feels heavy, and he's wondering if you'll be a source of calm or a source of chaos in those moments. If you can keep perspective and composure when smaller challenges arise, it shows him you have the resilience to face bigger storms without falling apart. On the other hand, if every small inconvenience turns into a crisis, it signals that deeper difficulties might become overwhelming. The way you handle these early tests isn't just shaping his impression of you, it's shaping his belief in what you could build together. Sometimes these tests aren't planned. They happen simply because he's living his life. He might be busier than usual and can't give you as much attention, and he'll notice whether you handle that with understanding or with constant accusations. Other times, he might deliberately bring up a topic where he knows you have strong feelings, just to see if you can discuss it without letting emotions derail the conversation. Your reactions in these moments reveal whether you can hold your ground without losing your temper, whether you can stand up for yourself without tearing the other person down. That balance of strength and composure is rare, and it's magnetic when a man finds it. Responding with emotional stability also communicates confidence in a way words never could. When you're secure in yourself, you don't need to control every situation or every reaction from him. You can trust that you are valuable whether or not everything goes exactly as you expect. That kind of self-assurance allows you to respond to challenges thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It sends the message that you are a partner who can bring peace to the relationship instead of volatility. A man who sees this in you begins to feel safe enough to open up more, to be more vulnerable, and to invest more deeply. Men notice, too, how you take care of yourself emotionally. Do you let difficult emotions control your actions? Or do you step back, breathe, and choose your words carefully? Do you allow space for both of you to calm down before discussing something? Or do you insist on sorting it out in the heat of the moment? When you demonstrate that you can regulate your emotions, you're showing that you won't make him solely responsible for your happiness or your stability. This is incredibly appealing to a man who's looking for a true partner, someone who enhances his life rather than drains it. Over time, the need for these tests diminishes once he sees that your stability is genuine and consistent. In the beginning, he might watch closely to see if your calmness is real or just an act. But when you prove through repeated situations that you can handle challenges without letting them damage the relationship, he begins to relax into trust. At that point, it's no longer about seeing how you'll react. It's about knowing he's found someone who won't add unnecessary turbulence to his life. And that is when a man starts to not only want you, but to envision building a life with you, confident that the emotional foundation will hold. A man who is genuinely drawn to a woman will often, whether consciously or subconsciously, want to see if she knows her worth. He wants to know if she is someone who will stand firm in her standards, or if she will bend them just to keep him interested. This is where boundaries come into play. Boundaries aren't about building walls to keep people out. They're about creating the framework for how you expect to be treated and how you treat others. When you hold clear boundaries, you communicate silently that you respect yourself too much to accept anything less than what aligns with your values. A man who's serious about you will pay close attention to whether you keep those boundaries intact, even in moments where your feelings for him might tempt you to make exceptions. It's in those moments that he learns if your self-worth is situational or unshakable. Sometimes the test isn't obvious. He may show up late without letting you know, just to see how you respond. He may casually suggest plans that don't consider your needs, or he might make a comment that lightly pushes past your comfort zone. If you immediately compromise your standards to avoid conflict or to keep him happy, you send the message that you're willing to sacrifice yourself for approval. But if you address the issue calmly and clearly, you show him that you value yourself enough to speak up. This doesn't mean being combative or dramatic. It means letting him know, with confidence, what you expect. When a man sees that you will not lower your standards for anyone, even him, it builds a deep respect that no amount of physical attraction can replace. Boundaries are not about being cold or difficult. They are about being clear. A man might test this not because he wants to break your boundaries, but because he wants to see if you even have them. If you have no boundaries, the relationship risks becoming unbalanced, with one person's needs consistently overshadowing the others. Healthy men are drawn to women who can assert themselves without hostility. When you have strong boundaries, you make it clear that you are in the relationship by choice, not by desperation. That subtle difference changes everything about how he perceives you. He sees you as an equal partner rather than someone who will follow his lead without question. Many women fear that saying no will push a man away. In reality, the opposite is often true when you're dealing with a man who's genuinely interested. A man who is looking for something real will be intrigued, not offended, by a woman who can hold her ground. He may initially be surprised if you don't automatically agree to his suggestions, or if you call out behavior that crosses your lines, but that surprise often turns into admiration. It signals that you're not afraid to lose him by standing up for yourself, and that is incredibly attractive. It tells him you are with him because you want to be, not because you need to be. There's a powerful message in showing that your time is valuable. If he tries to make last-minute plans that disregard your schedule and you politely decline because you've already made other commitments, you're showing him that your life doesn't revolve entirely around him. This is not about playing hard to get.